let's get the fireplace on for this. All right, I just hit 500 YouTube subs on this channel, and I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but I was looking over how many videos I've uploaded already. I've started YouTube 6 months ago, and I'm over 200 videos deep on this channel, so I feel like I'm definitely getting my reps in. I've loved every moment of it. In the past 6 months, there hasn't been a day where I'm like, I'm gonna stop posting on YouTube. Like, I genuinely love making videos. So I put out my TikTok and Instagram the other day to ask me questions for a Q&A. So this is my first ever Q&A. Let's just hop right into the questions. So question number one, I might put like the questions up here. Question number one, best and worst part of living in LA versus other places you lived. Quick background for me. So all the places I have lived, I'm 27 now. I grew up in Connecticut, and I grew up in a town called Guilford until I went to college. So from 0 to 18, grew up in Connecticut, lived in Connecticut. It's a nice place to grow up. Super boring place though. So boring. Like, all I wanted to do was move out like when I graduated. And then I went to college in South Carolina in Myrtle Beach. I had a school called Coastal Carolina University. So I lived there from 18 to 22. And then in between that, I did 6 months abroad in Paris. So I guess technically, I don't know if that counts, but I won't count it. I'll just say Connecticut, South Carolina. And then as soon as I graduated college, which was 2020, that's when I moved out to LA with my brother. So I've been in LA for 5 years now, which is nuts to think about that I've been in LA for 5 years. But anyways, that's quick background on all the places I've lived so far. Connecticut, South Carolina, and Los Angeles. So the question was best and worst part of living in LA versus other places that you've lived. So I wrote some pros down for LA, and the number one being LA, there's just endless stuff to do. Like, you can't really get bored. There's always something going on. It's pretty hard to get bored here. There's just so many different places, and also you don't realize how massive LA is as a city until you get out here. It's like just ginormous. There's so many parts of LA that I haven't even explored, and it's just like, yeah, there's just so much stuff to do. Next, and this is probably most bigger cities, is that like most people are working on something cool here. Like, most people moved out here to do something cool, or they had some sort of dream or vision. I go to this sauna place across the street from where I live, and all the people that are working there are also like hustling on like acting or like building a business. You're gonna run into that way more here than most places, I think. Like, there's a lot of like innovative people, creative people just working on cool things. So that's another like plus about living here. I think it's motivating to meet other people that are like grinding on something cool. Next one is health and wellness is huge here. I wasn't even like super into health and wellness until I moved out here. I mean, it obviously exploded everywhere on the internet, but it's huge here. Like, endless like healthy options to eat. There's like run clubs here. There's fitness classes. It's just so normalized. Like, what do you do Saturday morning? Oh, go to the gym, fitness class, get a run in, and then you go out. Like, I don't know. I like how it's a lot of like young, fit people here. That's definitely a plus. Oh, and then the other thing is, dude, there's just so much on top of like there being so much to do. Like, if you're into like outdoor stuff, like California has like amazing hikes. Like, I didn't realize that until I moved out here, but there's like so many sick like hiking trails to go to. There's Malibu, there's Joshua Tree, which is 2 hours away. You have San Diego, it's 2 hours away. There's a lot of just like cool stuff you can do. There's like Big Bear, there's like ski mountains you could go to. Driving on the PCH alone, going to Malibu is so sick. Like, just on the cliffs. It's definitely like the most beautiful state that I've probably ever been to. That being said, there's no perfect place to live, and this place definitely has a lot of cons. So getting right into the cons, I would say it's just really expensive. Like, coming from South Carolina where like rent was like $800 a month to like here, it's like you can get a studio for like no less than $2,000. And your spot is like it's not like nice either. Like, you're kind of just paying to be out here, but the quality of living, like your apartment situation, your living situation, is not great for like the money that you pay for here. So that's annoying. The homeless is annoying, depending on where you live. I live on the west side, so I feel like the homeless is just like more chill than like, I used to live in Koreatown when I first moved out here, and a lot of homeless people over there too. There's homeless people all around LA. It's just like, it's kind of just out of hand. Basically, long story short, I would never raise a family here. It's just not safe, and it doesn't seem like it's going to change anytime soon. So there's that. The other thing is how far it is from like, to fly to the East Coast is expensive, and it takes forever. And it's like, my parents still live on the East Coast. They live in North Carolina. I mean, I see them like twice a year, but it's like be nice to see them more than that. I don't know. I've been out for 5 years, and over time, it's like, well, I've had, you have relatives pass over the years, and that's just like part of like growing up. But it's like, you kind of feel like almost like guilty in a way of like living out here. It's like maybe I should probably be closer to my family. So back to the original question, which was, how is LA compared to all the places that I grew up in? I mean, it's just way better. Like, it's just, the only things I can compare it to is Connecticut and South Carolina, and those are just so slow, boring, like slow paced, boring. It's just not it when you're like in your like young 20s. I moved out here when I was like young 20s, and then like spending your 20s, like you want to be in it. I feel like you want to be in the mix. That's when you have the most energy, and like you don't want to be caring as much of quality of life. You want more just like social and like in it. Whereas like South Carolina felt like they're just 10 years behind. There's like the healthiest place to eat in South Carolina is probably Chipotle. Like they don't have, at least in Myrtle Beach where I was living, they don't have healthy options. So just like small stuff like that, it's definitely the best out of all the places I've lived. And each year I've lived here, it's gotten better and better. It's a hard place to meet people. That's another thing, really hard place to meet people. But once you find like a good friend group, it's fire. It's like, it's sick, but it just definitely takes time. And everything's 20 to 30 minute drive. That's why you kind of just stay in your own part of LA. Like I don't really leave Venice, Santa Monica really. So, or else you're sitting in 30-minute traffic. So it's kind of annoying. So there's that. I'm probably missing some stuff, but yeah, that's question 1. Question 2, what are you looking forward to most this year? Whew. Okay. I thought about this. So what am I looking forward to most this year? So I'm going to split this into 2 different things. So as far as like fun goes and like trips, so I have a trip planned in July. So I'm flying to visit my parents in the Outer Banks, which is where they live. So I'm gonna be there for 10 days, and then I fly up to the Northeast, visiting my friend in Boston. We're actually gonna see Coldplay, and then I haven't been to Boston since I was like 13. So I'm kind of excited to just like be in Boston and like have like a weekend there too. And then I'm gonna go see my friends in New York City after that. Northeast in the summer is so fire. Like, I think that's one thing I always hated about Connecticut. It's just so cold, but the summers are a vibe. The summers are really fun. And it's just good to see like my friends that I grew up with, like my high school friends, my college friends. I'm gonna see all of them while I'm out there. I don't get to see them that much because it's hard to fly from here. That I'm definitely looking forward to. As far as like work goes, so I'm currently building a clothing business with my brother called Low Key, and so many people start clothing companies, and it's like, how do you stand out? Like, how do you make something that's innovative? Because it seems like everything's kind of already been done. But we are coming out with a concept for our clothing that I have not personally seen any brands do this yet. This is something totally new. So that is what I'm most excited for this year, is getting the green light and trying to figure this out, because it's not sorted out yet, but we're trying to figure it out, see if our manufacturer can do this with our clothing. If we can do this, I feel like it has every ingredient to be viral. So I'm like really excited, and I'm hoping that we can get this figured out, because once this is figured out, I think that this will take our company to the next level. And I think I was already all in on this, but now I'm like even more in, because this idea I think it's really insane. And yeah, I'm just really excited, and I really hope we're able to do this. I have the Low Key YouTube channel I'll put in the description if you want to like keep up to date on how that's going. Yeah, that's like probably like the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to this year, because like we've been building this brand since the beginning of 2020, my brother and I. So we're 5 years deep in now, and I feel like now we really have an understanding and a grasp of like who we are as a company, and like what we're standing for, and like the clothes that we want to put out, and like the community that like would be into the clothes that we're putting out. So now it's just executing on like creating actual clothes that like we envisioned, and like getting it out there. And yeah, I don't know, I'm really excited about that. So stay tuned for that. I'll link the Low Key YouTube and TikTok or Instagram in the description. So if you want to stay up to date on how everything's going with that, you can follow it there. Question 3, what sort of things do you value in a travel destination? Well, so, okay, quick background. When I graduated college, had a flight to Hong Kong in 2020 because I was going to backpack around Asia the entire summer of 2020 with 2 photographers that I met on Instagram, Joel and Will. And actually, no, with one photographer that I met on Instagram, Joel. He's a photographer that I linked with when I was studying abroad in Paris. But yeah, we were going to backpack all around Asia that entire summer. Obviously, the pandemic canceled all that, and I had to cancel my flight, and then I just never got that time back. But I think when I was younger, like, what would I value in a travel destination? Like maybe nightlife, but now I couldn't care less about that, and it's all about being outdoors, cool hiking. I think it's cooler to like visit somewhere and kind of like get into the culture, maybe not just see like super touristy stuff, get like intel from the locals on like cool spots to go to, or like, yeah, like local spots to hike and that sort of thing. Asia is on my list of places to travel because I feel like I have unfinished business. Like it sucks that I never got to go out there. And one day I want to be able to backpack around Asia. The absolute dream for me is to have low-key be making enough money, and me making enough money making content where I can go to these cool places like Asia, and it can be like an excuse to like, as like a content trip, so we can take our clothing, we can get insane content out there and just experience just like living in a different place. Like I would want to travel to a different place and like stay there for like a month, not just like a couple days, and like fully experience like what it's like to actually live there. I think would be really, really dope. So yeah, I guess to answer the question, what I value in a travel destination is like non-touristy things, like hidden like hikes that aren't too popular. Yeah, just like random places that locals would recommend, and just outdoorsy stuff. Hiking or just like being out in nature, wilderness is definitely like the biggest thing for me. So yeah. All right, question 4, how/why did you start your clothing company Lowkey? So my brother actually came up with the idea for Lowkey back in 2020, start of COVID. Him and I are the same way. When we get back from work or school, the second we get back to our apartment, we strip down from our work clothes and are just in our boxers walking around our apartment all day long. I know a lot of people do this too, but our thing is like, we love just wearing boxers all the time. And we wanted to create something that we can wear all the time, like not just in our apartment, but wear anywhere. So what we did was we took the original idea of boxers, the concept of boxers, and added pockets so you can actually wear them in public. So they're acceptable as shorts that you can wear out in public, but they feel like boxers. They feel like the material is so soft, it feels like you're wearing a blanket on your legs. That was the original idea. They have the look of shorts, but they feel like you're wearing boxers or a blanket on your legs. And we want to mesh loungewear with high fashion. So on the actual band itself, we have keys on the drawstrings that are 18 karat gold plated keys. So we're combining high fashion with loungewear. Designed for the keys, like to get jewelry on your shorts, it took so much time back and forth, like especially during COVID, like probably like 2 years to like actually like get the keys that we wanted and get them on the shorts like how we wanted them. So yeah, that's where the idea came from. It's loungewear mixed with high fashion. It's Lowkey. We also have a video on the YouTube channel for Lowkey. I'm gonna link it below. So if you actually wanna see the origin story of Lowkey and like why it was created, you can watch it there. But yeah. All right, last question. Do you think you'll stay in LA forever? It's funny because I've been thinking about this a lot more recently. It's funny, like every year that I live here, it gets better and better, but at the same time, but sometimes you need like a new chapter. Like I almost feel like I need like a new chapter in my life. So I've been here for 5 years and it just now feels like I'm getting my footing on like what I'm supposed to be doing out here. I'm working like creative stuff. Whereas before, like I first moved out here, I was working at a restaurant because I didn't have a job. And then I worked a 9-to-5 sales job for 3 years, which sucked. And like, you can do that anywhere. You know what I mean? It's like, why live in LA if you're just gonna work a sales job? So now I'm actually out here doing creative stuff, which is what I wanted to do all along when I moved out here. I don't know how to answer that question. It's open-ended. Raise a family? Probably not. Will I be here for a couple more years? Maybe. Who knows? That one's just kind of up in the air, to be honest. So that's all the questions for now that I'll answer. I might do a part 2 though. So if you want me to do a part 2, just ask a question below and then I'll try to if there's enough, I'll make a part 2. All I can say though is I love making videos on this channel. It made me like fall back in love with making videos because like for a while I kind of fell out of it. It's dope that people actually watch these videos. I hope that like in these videos, I'm kind of offering entertainment, but also adding some sort of value. Appreciate everyone who's subscribed to this channel so far. And just know that I really feel like I'm just getting started with this channel. Like I take it to the next level over these next few months. And yeah, just thanks a lot. And I'll see you in the next video. Limping. Sat there for too long. Oh.